Hey guys, I wanted to make another video today. I just saw this story. It's actually from yesterday, but it's from boundingintocomics.com. And it says Netflix director claims King Grayskull and Andrea race swapped in Masters of the Universe Revelations because new characters, quote, could be easily rejected, unquote. And the story basically goes that in response to a fan who complained about the race swapping in Kevin Smith's upcoming Netflix produced Masters of the Universe Revelation series, which is this far seen both Andrea and King Grayskull changed in such a way from their original forms. Netflix director of original series Ted Bialcelli has revealed that the production team made the decision to alter the two characters out of a fear that new characters could be easily rejected. But I guess there was in a comic book about it. Let's see. There was a panel from the premiere issue of Dark Horse's Masters of the Universe Revelation prequel comic series, which recently leaked online. The leaked panelists revealed that in this continuity, King Grayskull, historical ruler of Eternia, whose power fuels Prince Adam's transformation into He-Man, is now a black man. Okay, the biggest problem I have with this, I mean, other than the fact that it's kind of a cloying thing that they always do where they want to race swap people, and turn them black and stuff, in the name of diversity and everything, which, like I've said before, I don't have a problem with diversity and inclusion and all that kind of stuff. But the idea that the characters would be rejected because they're new, and that's the reason that they have a race swap instead of making up new black characters, that to me, that's condescending, and it's quite frankly, it's racist. And apparently there was some people in this private Facebook group, Shadow Weaver's Realm, who feel the same way. There's people talking about it. This guy is like, instead of wearing your own shirt, you're getting a hand-me-down shirt from someone else. Because he says, I prefer making new, unique black characters and race swapping originally white characters. I totally agree with that. I mean, I'm sure that there's... Oh, wait a minute. Well, I met with a response from Biaselli, who went on to detail the production team's reasoning. That will indeed be a big part of the story. But a big hurdle when you're introducing a new character to a line of so many well-established characters that they are bound to be outsiders and harder to accept as canon, at least for a while. Nobody gives a shit about Sir Laserlot. We asked ourselves early on about the need for two giant white blonde dudes in the pantheon of Masters of the Universe. And honestly, it makes both characters less special in their iconography. Or whatever, I'm probably mispronouncing that. I wish I could take credit for being the one with the idea to make Grayskull black, because now in the history of all the champions of Grayskull, a black man has a role of prominence, as opposed to just being the guy with the clamp who's King Randor's bodyguard. To me, it's like, and it's the fundamental problem with a lot of this liberal stuff, a lot of the SJW, that they start from at least what they believe to be a place of wanting to help. That they start from a place of perhaps honesty and truth, where you say, because in a way it is a little hard to make a new character and have them be accepted when you're introducing them and there's already a huge cast of existing characters. So I get it, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. Is it a little bit harder? In a way, perhaps, but I mean, ultimately, though, I don't really agree with that, because I feel like you're talking, you're basically talking down to people. You're basically saying, well, hey, the only way to get these black characters accepted is to have them be race swapped versions. But the problem is, number one, long-term fans do not like change. They don't like when you change it. And I'm talking, even if it's not about race. For instance, if you made Bruce Wayne a blonde-haired man, instead of dark-haired, instead of black-haired, there would be a lot of uproar. People would be saying, "What the hell?" We saw this already with James Bond. When Daniel Craig became James Bond, there was a lot of people like, "What the hell?" Why is James Bond all of a sudden got blonde hair, or blondish? Daniel Craig's got kind of a dark blonde, or whatever you want to call it. I've heard some people say dirty blonde, but anyway, whatever. So I mean, people are going to complain. Long-term fans are going to complain when you change aspects of a character, especially like an iconic character. Whether it's Sherlock Holmes, whether it's James Bond, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, whoever it is, long-term fans, hardcore fans, the people that you should be trying to appeal to, by the way, not the casual fans. You want the casual fans to come in, but you want to appeal to the hardcore fans, at least to a degree. I understand that sometimes things get complicated and everything. Anyway, here's a. I'll go ahead and quit my ranting real quick. I guess he, continued on. Same thing with Andrea. She was initially created as a new character. It was my idea to dig into the lore and raise up a character who had a small appearance but a strong following. People have been wanting to see Tila and Andrea fight side by side for a while. Blah blah blah. Masters of the Universe had no women of color. We saw an opportunity and took it. Oh, honestly, do we really need two badass redheads? It's like, come on. Once again with the ginger side. Why not give little black girls a hero that looks like them? That's cool. That's fine. Introduce another character, a brand new character. That is a strong black woman and all that stuff. That's the thing. That number one, and that's the fundamental problem with a lot of these SJW woke types is they lack the creativity to be able to do anything. But they lack the talent, the skill. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Or I'm trying to think, another version of that saying is like they couldn't find their ass with both hands or whatever. They don't have any creativity. They don't have the talent or the skill in order to introduce a new character and have them be accepted. Which, by the way, the whole idea of, okay, we're going to race swap characters and they'll be accepted, but if we made a new one, they might not be accepted. How do you? There's not a whole hell of a lot of difference. If you introduce a new character and he's a dick or she's a bitch, people aren't going to like him. Period. But if you have an existing character, he's a dick or she's a bitch, people aren't going to like it. Period. It's really simple. So again, it's like I kind of understand a little bit of where they come from, but it's just like with socialism. On its surface, you're like, oh, that's awesome. Spread the wealth so that everybody can have a little bit. I've got too much, I'll give you some of my extra because you have too little, then we'll both benefit. But then you start peeling back the layers of the onion or whatever known as socialism, and it just becomes a big pile of horse shit. It's the same with this stuff. The same with these woke SJW, bullshit ideas that they have. It's condescending. It kind of reminds me of like there's a bunch of memes of these white liberals who are going up to POC, but it's usually black people, and they're like, "How dare you not be outraged and offended by this? Don't worry, I'll be outraged and offended on your behalf." Or like the black person is trying to talk and they're like, hold on, and like the white liberal or whatever is shushing them or putting their hand over their mouth or whatever. And they're like, I'll speak for you. Don't worry, and that kind of things. It's just ridiculous. It's bullshit. It's just one of those things where you're talking like, is that really the message you want to send? That no, we can't introduce new black characters, so we just got to race swap existing characters and make them black. Because number one, like I said, you're showing yourself to be uncreative, untalented, but at the same time, you're also being condescending because like that one guy said, it's like hand-me-downs. It doesn't make any sense. I don't like it. I've never liked it. Here's friggin' Tila with her stupid shaved head. But anyway, it's just one of those things where you're like, quite honestly, it surprises me that these people don't see themselves for what they truly are. Or perhaps they do see how condescending they are to black people and they just don't care. Because how many times have you heard of male feminists getting accused or it's being found out, though he's a woman beater, he beat his girlfriend up, he sexually assaulted this person or whatever. It seems like the stronger you argue for something, the more you are that. It's like the Republicans who in the old days, probably 20 years ago or whatever by now, would argue so vehemently against homosexuality. Then you'd find out that they were, getting engaged in glory holes and stuff in a gas station bathroom. It's just ridiculous. I don't, I don't understand. It's they are they really that unaware? Do they have that much self or lack of self awareness? I'm guessing they do. Anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I've rambled a lot already. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.